Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's Lauren from the blog laurennicolejones.com, and today I'm going to be taking you on a what we eat in a day video. I had some produce I needed to use, I had some food I had to use, so I will walk you through what we had for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And snacks are usually hit and miss with the kids. We do one snack a day and it's usually raisins, apples, cashews, stuff like that. So I'm not going to be showing that part of it, but we eat pretty early. My husband has practice and he's a wrestling coach, so he does practice around 6, 7, 8. And so I try to get dinner on the table by about 5, depending on the night. So we are eating early, and so it kind of sets the tone for meal prep and everything like that. I usually like to prep my dinner at lunch, and so you'll see that in the video. But yeah, let's go ahead and get started. In the morning, I like to do smoothies for the kids. They always ask for them the minute they wake up. So I do a simple smoothie packed really full of whatever items we have in the fridge ready to use. So this morning I put milk in, a little avocado, some strawberries, some bananas, a little bit of yogurt, and some bee pollen and hemp hearts, as well as some spinach and a bit of honey, and then just blended it up. For actual breakfast, I had leftover buttermilk pancake batter that my middle son and I made together, and so I just added a bit more milk to it to make it more of a crepe-like texture. And just so it went a little further, we had everyone in the family to feed this morning, so I wanted to make sure we didn't run out. The buttermilk pancake recipe is really easy. I will leave that in the description box below. It is simply a little bit of butter, baking powder, baking soda, some salt, flour, a little white sugar. I like to use buttermilk and whole milk as well as eggs. And it is one of our favorite pancake recipes to make outside of our sourdough pancake recipe, and the kids really like it. I then sliced up some strawberries because we needed to use those. They were going bad and I wanted to make sure we didn't waste those. And then we did a little bit of bacon alongside of that. The bacon contraption that I used to do this bacon is really awesome. My husband just got it for me for Christmas, and you basically just put the bacon in that little tray and you microwave it, and the bacon comes out really crispy and perfect. And I will link that in the description box below. Normally I'm not a microwave bacon person, but this really has saved me a ton of time and it really does the job great. So this has really helped me, especially in the mornings when it comes to making breakfast and getting food on the table fast. For lunch, the kids requested peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. Super easy to make for them. They love it, and I always try to incorporate letting my kids help me cook, learn to do small things when they're young. And so my middle son here wanted to help me make the sandwiches, and so that was fun for us to do. The learning tower that you see in the video that helps the kids get to counter level, I got that off of Etsy. I will leave the one that I got down in the description box because I do get asked about that quite a bit, and we use it every single day, and it's one of our most favorite things in the kitchen. Paired with the sandwiches, I just did apple slices and a little bit of milk for them and called it good. But for my husband and I, we had a little bit of a later breakfast, and so I didn't want to do a lot of lunch. I just did something really small. We usually do leftovers from dinner from the night before, but in this case we didn't really have any leftovers, so I just boiled up some pasta and did a little bit of a pesto with Parmesan cheese. And I usually like to top it with pine nuts, but I didn't have any today. I ran out, and so I just put a little bit of cashew over the top of it. It was, I think they're raw and unsalted, so just really wanted to give it a little bit of crunch, a little bit of healthy fat, but nonetheless it was a really light lunch for us, and so really, really simple. I always like to prep dinner usually around the nap time, lunchtime hour. Especially in this case, I had a frozen steak I needed to use, and so I wanted to get it thawing, and I wanted to get it marinating in time for our dinner. In this case, I did a steak with a little sesame oil, ginger on top, soy sauce, hoisin sauce, and a little olive oil, salt and pepper, and I let it sit for a couple of hours. Dinner time, I chopped up some asparagus that we needed to use today. My oldest son wanted to help me chop, and we got these really fun knives for Christmas that are kid safe. They have the finger guards over on the counter, as you can see. He doesn't love using it, but he's getting pretty good at being careful, and I just love these knives. I'll link them in the description box below, what we love to use, and the kids have really enjoyed learning how to cut and help prep food with these knives and with their peelers and the little kit that we got for them for Christmas. Once the steak was all marinated, I just thinly sliced it so I could do kind of like a Mongolian beef style dish, fully covered in sauce, and then I just fry it in the fry pan for a very short amount of time. It cooks very fast. I like to add it with some sort of vegetable. Today we needed to use asparagus, so I used that. Sometimes I like to use zucchini and squash. It just depends on what we have on hand. And then I topped it with some rice and called it a meal. The rice that I love to use is actually from Trader Joe's. When I'm in a pinch for time, I just like to be able to throw it in the microwave. They're microwavable bags. These were jasmine rice. They also have brown rice. You can find them in the frozen section, and they are super nice for nights when you just need a quick bag of rice and you don't want to get a pot out or a rice cooker. And so tonight's dinner was very seamless. It took me all of about 15 or 20 minutes at the very most to throw it all together. If you like this video, feel free to like and subscribe. I release a new video every week on motherhood things, food from scratch, simple living, all of that sort of thing. So I would love to see you around the house next week. See you then.